Hey guys, Amanda here with Bare Bones Living, and today I am preserving the last of the tomatoes that are ripening in my garden right now. I have just a small batch of random tomatoes here, and I'm gonna make a small batch of tomato sauce with them. So let me show you what I'm gonna do. So here I have the random assortment of tomatoes that I'm gonna be using. I have some Brandywine, mostly Romas, a few Brandywine, that's these bigger ones, and then I have one Dr. Weitch's yellow, and then I got a couple of Brad's Atomic Grape down here. And what I'm going to do with these is wash them and core them and cut out these cracks and things that I don't want to consume, and I'll put them in my crock pot and slow cook them on low into a sauce. Okay, so that was the perfect amount of tomatoes for my crock pot. Filled it up all the way to the brim, and the big tomatoes I just chopped up into smaller pieces so they would break down faster. And I'm just going to set this on my low setting and see how long it takes for these to break down and become more of like a sauce. And we'll have to, because these are a combination of slicer tomatoes, which are more seeds and things, and paste tomatoes like the Romas and the Amish paste. There's going to be a little extra juice in these, so I might have to cook it down a little bit longer to make sure that it stays the consistency that I want it to. Okay, so I let the tomatoes cook down in my slow cooker on low for about 24 hours until I thought they were broken down enough. It still looks a little soupy, but I'm gonna grind it up with my immersion blender and see what consistency that gives me, and we'll see if I like it better then. And it's still pretty soupy. So I think I'm going to turn it up to high and see if I can't cook this down just a little bit more. It looks more like tomato soup to me than a thicker sauce. Okay, so I'm going to call this done. I think it's still maybe a little thin, but I just want to can this up and call this project done. So I'm just going to start the canning process now. I'm going to be canning these. I'm going to water bath can these in pint jars. So here I have some of my warm pint jars, fresh out of my dishwasher, and I'm going to be putting a tablespoon of lemon juice in each jar. And I'm also going to be adding salt to my sauce. And I'm going to be adding a half of a teaspoon of salt to each pint. And I'm just doing this before I add my tomatoes because otherwise I'll probably forget. Then I'm gonna fill these to a 1/2 inch headspace. With the tomato sauce. And get the air bubbles out. So I'm gonna be using my pressure canner pot to water bath can my tomato sauce because it's the biggest pot that I have. And I ended up with 7 pints of tomato sauce. And I've been warming this up, and this is all warm. All the contents, the jar, and the sauce is all warm. And I think I should be able to fit all 7 of these in here, which will be nice. Yep, no problem. And once this comes to a boil, I'm going to process these for 35 minutes at a boil. Thank you guys for stopping by today and joining in on our journey here at Bare Bones Living. We'll catch you on the next one.